public speaking, and where everyone learn about how to be the leaders. Actually, we are not only learn about how to be the public speaker, but also we learn many things here. Because in Toastmaster, we know that everyone's come from different background, and here we learn together and we grow together. As you know today, Malang Toastmaster Club, the theme of the meeting today is love your environment. Maybe probably some of us didn't consider that sometimes we less care with our environment, especially when you go somewhere by riding the car or motorcycle, or you throw away your plastic trash, and especially in the sea. Maybe some of you already hear how many animals in the sea get the effect. This is our moment. We cannot turn back, but we can grow the tree. We can make the green our city, rewild our garden, exchange our diets, and also clean up the river and the coast. We are the generation that can make the change. Actually, how? Maybe let's I asking some one of you here, maybe from Amelia. I mean Amelia from Han. What will you do to make things about our environment today?
I feel like a student that been questioned by the teacher. What we can do to our environment today, basically, I think the most simplest way that we can do is to reduce the usage of plastic. Like right now, it's also I think safer to bring your own stuff instead of from them. So like you bring your own spoon and forks and so on. So I think that's also already helped a lot with our environment. Also, use the simple thing that I do at home is use the water wisely. Even though we can access it easily, but it's not wise just to throw the water or not use it properly. So those simple things that's I think everyone can do, and if you imagine everyone do that things, it bring a big effects to our environment.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree too. We can
Is this
do
a topic already?
we can start from the simple thing for I mean from our daily life. Yeah, I see that we are sending the chat in the chat box. Yeah, what will you do, Bia, to make change in our environment?
Okay, since this topic is fitting with my last assignment for my critical listening class, I've been advocating for reducing consumption of canned seafood because little do you know that the fishing industry has done such a damage in our world because there's been a lot of overfishing that is being done. There's a lot of fishing industry, and not only do they catch fish, they catch whales and dolphins. And whales and dolphins, they excrete feces that actually help the phytoplankton in the ocean. And why is it very crucial that we reduce the consumption? Because the phytoplankton is actually a thing in the ocean that absorb carbon dioxide much higher than an actual tree. But with the overfishing that is being done, more whales and dolphins died because of it. So the most urgent thing that we can do to make the fishing industry realize that they're doing something wrong is actually reducing the consumption of fish, canned fish in particular. But if you want to get fish from your traditional market and it's being fished not by those big boats with the nets, it's fine. But yeah, I think it's very crucial, especially nowadays with the with Greta's school strike. especially is very important. And so yeah, I just want to advocate for reducing our consumption of fish, canned fish in particular, like tunas and stuff. Even with the label, sometimes on a canned fish, there's a label. This is dolphin safe. We don't overfish. It's actually can still be bought. So that label can be bought. That's how corrupt the industry is. So yeah, thank you. That's it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Ria. So yeah, I think it's also we have to consider about the oceans too. And yeah, I agree. Even though it will be hard for a fish lover. Okay, I will. I see someone from guest, but it disappeared again. So disappeared again. Okay, maybe other people try want to try give opinion about how you love your environment, guys. No one? How about from Rina? Maybe you want to give some your story probably about how you love your environment because you live in Surabaya.
Uh-huh. Ah, I'm not trying to be good of myself because actually I don't do a lot to make things greener. I only to keep them, not to ruin them, but all the time because of my things, my activity recently that is very like time consuming. What I do is only to to maintain the green as long as I'm not ruining the environment. That's for me one of the small contribution that I can do. So I have to admit that I didn't do much in order to support the environment. Only that now I'm reducing a lot of plastic bag. As I have to say now, what I can say on my kitchen is that I don't have like a piling up plastic bags piling up, but we only keep a small amount. So that's the only thing that I can see of the good things that I do for the environment. One small things.
Yeah, it's good actually. We start from our kitchen. We start reducing the plastic bag use. Okay, okay guys, in Malang Toastmaster we always have a dry item in our agenda. As you know, in Toastmaster we always have same item in our agenda, that is the prepare speech, table topic, and also evaluations. However, today in Malang we will do table topic first. And here, table topic will be led by our TTM, and for the evaluation session, will be led by our general evaluator with her teams. Okay, without further ado, please help me welcome Toastmaster Bia as general evaluator.
Thank you, Hida. So today, of course, with all of us have been known that the general evaluator has a set of teams, which is the counter, the timer, and the grammarian. So first of all, I would like to call out our counter for the day, Jeffrey, to introduce his job and what he will be doing.
Okay, thank you, GE, Tosma Serbia. Good evening, everyone. Today, I'll be the counter. So as a counter, I will take a note any overused word or filler sounds, such as inappropriate interjection, such as, well, but, so, and you know, and any sounds maybe and So I will give my reports in the evaluation session. So everyone, please don't hesitate to speak because I will give my report so I can I believe that it can be help you to improve your speaking skills. So that's all for me. Back to our GE.
Thank you, Jeffrey. So don't be hesitant to speak. Jeffrey is just there to make sure you're on your track. Okay, next we will have our timer, Amelia Dewi.
Hello everyone, my name is Amelia and my job for today is as a timer. So my job is to timing your speech and each session will have different length of time. For prepared speech, it will be 5 until 7 minutes. So I will use green background indicating it's already 5 minutes, yellow 6 minutes, and red 7 minutes, and you have 30 seconds to conclude. And for table topic session, you have 1 until 2 minutes. I will give green signal to indicate that it's already 1 minute, yellow 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red 2 minutes, and you have 30 seconds to conclude your speech. And for evaluation session, you will have 2 until 3 minutes, and green for 2 minutes, yellow 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and red 3 minutes. And you have also 30 seconds to conclude your speech. I will give the report on it after each session. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. Last but not least, we have our grammarian, Mina.
Thank you, GE. Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Is there any guest? As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage, and I'll take a note of any misuses of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the words of the day. The words of the day is conserve. Conserve. It has two meanings. First one is verb, meaning protect something, especially an environmentally or culturally important place or thing from harm of or destruction. The use and the words, for example, the funds raised will help conserve endangered meadowlands. The second meaning is as a noun, a sweet food made by preserving fruit with sugar or jam. The use and a word in a sentence, for example, pork tenderloin with onions and raisin conserve. Use these words of the day as many as possible, as many as you can. Remember, conserve. Okay, we will report as my duty as on a grammarian report by the end of the meeting. Back to you, GE.
Thank you, guys. So don't forget to use the word of the day, conserve, and have fun in this meeting. Back to you, Hida.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bia. So, yeah. Okay, now we are going to continue to our item of our agenda, the first item of our agenda, that is table topic session. So, Toastmaster Apri, are you ready?
Alright, I'm ready.
Without further ado, please welcome our table topic master today, Toastmaster Apri.
Alright, good evening, everyone. Now is for the most exciting and challenging section, which is double topic. And in double topic session, we try to improve our impromptu speech. And if you don't really know about impromptu speech, is that you is a speech that you make without any preparation. And so I really encourage all of you to be participant in this section because double topic is not only for member, also for guests here. So Let's see. And the rule is really simple. First, I give you a topic, then you need to give your own opinion for the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. So don't forget to use a word of the day, conserve. Let's see, maybe anyone here want to be a volunteer first? We have Lutfi from Bineka, and we have Angie Paramita, also we have Gaspia. So maybe I choose for Lutfi Bineka. Are you interested to be a participant? All right. So I have some quote for you. The quote is, the earth is what we all have in common. This quote is from Wendell Berry. The earth is what we all have in common. Wendell Berry.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Wellberry said that the earth is what we all have in common. And I do agree with that quotes because, like it or not, we only have one world, we only have one earth. Most of the time, we neglect the fact that we share this world with other citizens, with other people. We throw trash like just anywhere, and then we cut trees, we litter, and then we forget that the natural resources that we have, some of the natural resources cannot be renewable. So what we have to do is we need to conserve the nature that we have in order to give a chance for our future children the earth that we live in now. Now, most of the people feel selfish. Now, if you're selfish, meaning you only think about yourself and did not think about others, my point is, since we only have one world, we have to make sure that we can give this world, we can give another generation of humankind to live the earth that we live in a good way. That's all. Thank you. Back to you, Apri.
All right, thank you, Lutfi from Benega. That's really a good point. We need to give our future generation environment that can make their lives to be more healthy. And so we have next participant. I think I need to choose Dia. Are you interested to be participant?
Yes, yes.
All right. So I have question for you.
Yes.
The question is, what is your small act to conserve the environment? What is your small act to conserve the environment?
What is my small
Act.
act to conserve the environment?
Yes.
Okay, understand. Our environment need to be conserved and be protected. So my small work is just a little thing, as Amelia said. I can do it every day, and it doesn't require any much effort. So it's just like I keep my trash, and for example, I go out, and instead of throwing my trash everywhere, when I can find a bin, I will throw it in the bin. But if I can't, I will just keep it in my pocket or in my bag, and I throw it in my room, in my home. So That's the small thing I can do. Just keep my trash. I cannot help the people who work. Like I can't help them to clean the road, but I with that small act I indirectly help them. So I want you guys to do what you can. You don't need to make a big effort or having a, a or having to put too much money to conserve our environment. We just need to do what we can right now in the moment. So thank you very much. That's all for me.
All right. Thank you, Dia. That was really kind. And that's actually really simple, actually. We just have a trust and put it in the trust. So it's really simple. But sometimes it's really hard to do. But if we do it consistently, I believe this will make a big impact in our environment. Thank you for your answer. And the next maybe anyone want to try? How about Amelia? You want to try? I think we only have two guests here, so let's try. Jeffrey, you want to try? You're smiling.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right. So I have a quote for you. The only way forward is we are going to improve the quality of the environment is to get everybody involved. The quote is from Richard Rogers. The only way forward if we are going to improve the quality of environment is to get everybody involved. All right.
We have only one home that we can live, not only for our humans, but also for other living things. Yes, the earth. But the earth and the environment today is not as healthy as the past decades. And people tend to forget that we have a crisis, or the real crisis, the most haunting crisis, which is the global environmental change, instead of the COVID-19. So, because in the environmental health is closely linked to human well-being, so that's why we need to protect and conserve our environment, our home, and the earth. We can do action to protect our environment, but small things, and we can make something bigger from that small things. Because when we can act little by little together, collaboratively with other people, we can make something bigger. We can make something impactful to the environment that will be a key positive impact for our future, for our generation today, and also for future generations. So, especially we are a Toastmasters, we have a communication skills and leader skills. So why we don't use these skills to influence others, to work and act collaboratively to combat this crisis? Because we have a leadership skill, we can lead people to do action together, and we have effective communication skills, so we can communicate with people, communicate with society to bring this topic on the table. We can discuss on how to combat this crisis collaboratively. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as we are great leaders, we are future leaders, as at least for ourselves, let's bring this topic to the society so that society will take action together to combat this crisis. Thank you. Back to Table Topic Master.
All right. Thank you for your opinion, Jeffrey. Yeah, communication is really important to make everybody involved to improve our environment. That's why Toastmaster is a great community to improve our communication skill. That's a good point. And the next, I think, because the evaluator is don't have to do their work now, maybe I will choose the evaluator right now. How about Amelia? Amelia Febriani?
You should mention our name completely, Apri.
Oh yeah, that's Amelia. Okay. All right.
I already answered several topic questions from Hida.
Oh, so this is the most challenging.
All right.
So I have a question for you. What is your ideal living environment? What is your ideal living environment?
As we talk about environment, we often trap on the physical environment itself. For me, the ideal environment, it's not only physical environment, but actually the people around me. That's the most important environment, actually. So what is the ideal environment for me? If I'm surrounded by like-minded people who love to learn and who love to grow, I believe with this kind of people around me, then the physical environment also will be taken care of because they will have a good growth mindset. They will take care of their environment. They will take responsibility. And by the time itself, it will also make the physical environment become more beautiful, better place to live for everyone. So in order to answer all these crises that we talk about tonight, especially about environment crisis, we must not forget that actually we are the human, are the one who make these physical environments getting worse. So the most important thing is to educate people around us first, start from ourselves, and then people around us. With a good education, we can build a better human that have a better mindset. And with that, it will take care of the other part, the other field, like the environment itself. So, shout out for all the teachers. Our job is not only to share the knowledge, but also to help our students to use that knowledge for themselves and for the benefit of the environment and the community. Back to you, Apri.
All right, thank you for your answer, Amelia. That was a really good point. Educate people before we educate other people. Yes. And I think we have a last person here. I see here we have Rifa on long guest. Yeah.
Yes,
Hello, Rifa.
hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Sorry for being late.
Yeah.
I'm not ready with everything, Apri, so maybe I'm just the passive listener today. Can I?
Really? It's the last, actually the last double topic participant. Do you want to try?
Oh, okay.
Chance?
I'm nervous, so
Oh. Don't be nervous. All right, I will give you a topic, right? This is the last topic for today's meeting. Are you ready?
no.
All right, I will give you a topic then.
Sure. Can you give the very easy, the
Yeah.
easiest one? Yes. I just come, I just come back from teaching, so yes.
All right, and I have some quote for you. Small act when multiple by million people can transform the world. Small act when multiple by million of people can transform the world. And this topic is about environment.
Can I have the written topic?
Yes, I will give it in the chat.
Small acts. Can I start? I forgot how to start.
I'm waiting for you.
All right, thank you. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. So it become one tagline for today's sessions in this evening, ladies and gentlemen. When I just take a back in this past few months, I got the some kind of multiple habits recently because I just got the COVID in last year. Before, I never have this kind of feeling for being healthy. I just wake up, just like wake up every day in the morning, and then I did some small routine cooking, and then just go to university working, and then go back to work, and then tomorrow morning I repeat it again and again with the same activities. But then in November 2020, in the last November 2020, I just got a big smoke from God that I got COVID-19. I was very frustrated at that time because I couldn't went out for about 14 days. I have to stay at home, and then it just made me crazy at that time. But then the things is, I got COVID with maybe around 5 of my friends in the office. What did we do at that time? So we always exercise in the morning around 15 to 20 minutes a day. It is small actions, I think, but when we did it many times, it will become a habit and it changed our life. And when I just finished doing my treatment and doing everything that doctor said to me, I went out to my habit, and then I just said, I looked at to my environments, many people did the same thing. And I asked them, why did you do this morning routine, just like exercise, and then walked for about 2 kilometers or maybe just 1 kilometers? And then they said, yes, because I want to live longer. So here, when we said about changing the world, is coming to changing our first habit. If we can change the habits of being healthy, so our world become healthier, especially in today's pandemic. So guys, please do exercise in the morning and then eat a very good meal. So our world will getting better very soon. Thank you. This is for me.
All right. Thank you, Rifa. And I hope you get better. And all right, guys, I think start is for double topic session. And I think we all is qualified, except for Rifa. 3 minutes. So I will get back to Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Hita, to continue.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Afri. So suggest a great double topic for today for love environment. Yeah, guys, you can do small things starting from you and educate other people by educating yourself. And now we are moving on to our next item of our meeting agenda, that is prepare speech. And here we have 2 speakers. The first speaker will be Toastmaster Lita, and Toastmaster Lita will be evaluated by Toastmaster Dini. Please welcome Toastmaster Dini.
Que sudah sudah now got the opportunity to evaluate my dearest friend to semester sleep or you can call her Megan. So Megan is now on strategic relationships pathways level 3.
Toastmaster Dina, I think you can turn off your video to make the connection stable.
I think she is missing.
Probably speaker can start now.
Anyway, Rita is mute.
Toastmaster Rita.
I'm sorry, having something. All right. Okay. All right. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Let's think about it. The environment can be changed if we start from ourselves. Now, I would like to ask you a question. If you have a glass of salt water, how do you make it to be sweet beverage? Would you please chat it in the box? I will see the chat box right now. And you're going to give your comments there. How to change salt water to become sweet beverage. Extract it. Okay. Anybody? Put a lot of sugar. Thank you so much, Amelia. That's wonderful response. Have salt with cookies. Thank you, Bia. That's really interesting. Salt with cookies. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, if you have salt water and you want to change it into sweet beverage, then you put a lot of sugar inside of it. You will not get any sweet beverage. Even if you add more chocolates, you cannot. The thing is, this beverage will become sweet and sour. So sweet and salty. It's always be like that. So how do you change that? First, you should know this is salt water, and then pour it out. Take fresh water, and then put a lot of sugar, chocolate, anything that you want inside of this beverage. So that's how you get the sweet beverage. This is also goes to our mind. If we have negative thing, you should not just only put the positive things right after you get the negative things. In this pandemic, it's common for us to get thinking. For example, you feel like overthinking. You feel like you cannot do anything. You said to yourself, I cannot do this. Or feeling sad in general. Also, this is a hard feeling that I am processing. That is processing grief, especially when we heard about the news of someone's passing, and especially the ones that we love. So how to cope with this negative feeling is you need to accept, knowing that this is a salt water, knowing that this is the negative thinking. I do journaling these days. I practicing this focusing on positive thinking. I do journaling to accept the feeling. So recently, I'm feeling upset about someone who was asking me, what do you do for a living? And I said, I'm teaching online, and this is a private company, and what I'm doing is teaching kids. And this person goes like, private company, and it's not school? Are you not a real teacher? Then I feel upset about it. And when I'm feeling upset, it takes a lot of energy because I just want to rage. And that day I have a lot of classes, so I need to conserve my energy instead. How do I conserve this? Is journal. I'm feeling upset. After that, I review why do I feel upset? I remember that back then, years ago, I took this as a challenge. So I applied to school and become a real teacher. So they say. Then I got accepted in a high school, and I was feeling challenged by the class, everything. But then it clashed with my scholarship hunting. Also, I got a scholarship. It's not actually a scholarship, but it is a process of scholarship. So I'm still waiting for the announcement. Actually, I failed. But then I'm going to go for scholarship hunting for years. And I remember, this is why I choose this way. It's because it relates to my lifestyle. And it is because it's aligned to my goal. I want to get a scholarship and I want to get more time for it. That is why I do not have to be a real teacher, so they say. So, I think I also learn when I do the scholarship hunting, I am become a knowledgeable person. And also I learn a lot. So maybe that's right. I am not a real teacher. I am a learner. I'm not just a teacher. I can learn every single day with something new. So you're right. I'm not a real teacher. And I realized something. Being a learner doesn't mean that I'm not that I am not a real teacher. It's not like that. I think when I accept this negative feeling of being upset, and then I process these upset feelings, and then I conserve my energy, and I can think it clearly, I think about it. For those who say that I'm not a real teacher, you're wrong, because I've always been S1. And also, I'm a learner. Thank you for letting me know about my identity. So, back to you, Toastmaster meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rita. Yeah, yay. Nice speech. Not a real teacher, a learner. Yeah, I agree. Teacher always being a learner every day because there always something new that we met when we be a teachers. So now we are going to move on to our next speaker. Toastmaster SK already here or not? Yeah. Okay. Toastmaster SK will be evaluated by Toastmaster Amel from HAN. Without further ado, please welcome Toastmaster Amel.
Wow, it's my honor to be the evaluator of SK for her very first speech in Toastmaster. So Toastmasters SK will deliver her icebreaker speech, and the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structures of a public speaking. Are you ready, Toastmaster SK?
Yes.
Toastmasters SK, never give up, never give up. Toastmaster SK, the floor is yours.
Everyone has a dream to reach. How about you? Have you reached your dream? I am a strong believer of this quote. Never give up on your dreams, no matter how hard it gets. But it is not that easy as it sounds. Now, let me bring you to my journey on pursuing my dream. Dear fellow Toastmaster and guests, when she was a kid, little Eska really wanted to become a pediatrician, like the other child wanted to be. She is a competitive person, even it with herself. She used to plan her future since she was a kid. For example, she had a list of junior high school, senior high school, and university that she really wanted to get into. Because she believed if there is a will, there is a way, and effort will not betray her. She made it. She proved it. She got into her junior high school and senior high school that she really wanted. But life doesn't always go as she planned, especially when she took her entrance exam to medical school. When she took her entrance exam in medical school, she failed. She didn't even remember how many tests that she take, and she failed it. She took a gap year as one of her efforts to reach her dream. She studied really hard. She even took a special course to guide her into medical school. Of course, she prayed to God really hard. But it turned out she still failed. She was really disappointed to herself. What did she wrong? Why she could not make it? She started to avoid her friends. She never replied their messages and their texts and their call because she thought that she wasn't smart like the other friends. She really drowned into her mind that she very sad and she failed to make her parents happy. Until one day, she realized that she would never make her parents happy, especially with that condition. She believed that everything's happened for a reason, and she believed God has better plan to her. She tried to find another patient, and she found it. She chose pharmacy. She tried to find out what field in pharmacy that she really loved to, and she got it. In pharmacy, she learned how to make drugs and cosmetics, and it's quite similar to her hobby, cooking. She started to enjoy her new path and she loved it. And she slowly forgot about her disappointment. She proved to herself that she could through all the hardest part and she survived. In the end, she could graduate with a good grade and make her parents proud to her. Dear Toastmaster and guests, I ever had a big dream and I failed to reach it. I ever got so down and I got up. Never give up on your dreams, no matter how hard it gets. Make your best failure as your best lesson to your life and try to find your reason to survive and make it as your big motivation. If you failed once, don't give up. Just make another dream and try to make it come true. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you, Toastmaster Eska. Never give up. Never give up with your dreams. Try to make a reason and try to make a reason for you to keep survive. Such beautiful speech today from our two speakers tonight. Yeah, never give up with your dreams. Okay, now we are going to move on to evaluation session. So this session will be led by our Toastmaster Bia, and she is our general evaluator for tonight. Okay, Toastmaster Bia, without further ado, please welcome Toastmaster Bia.
Okay, sorry, there's a bit of technicality. Could you give me a second? Sorry.
Actually, I forgot one thing that we have to do photo session, right?
Oh, yes. Please do.
Toastmaster Apri, can you help us to take a photo? Toastmaster Apri, are you there? I think we can do after the evaluation speech for evaluator, from evaluator. So you can continue, Toastmaster Bia. Because after you're not here.
All right. Wow, that was quite a speech, especially from our newcomer, our icebreaker, Eska. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. First of all, we would like to invite our first evaluator for the night. Dini will be evaluating our first speaker, Lita.
Okay, let me pin the timer first. I hope that I will not get trouble since my connection is a little unstable. Okay. First thing first, hi Megan, Coach Soju, Lita, whoever you are. So, congratulations for tackling this topic to us tonight. It's such an amazing topic because it is not easy to get to know yourself deeply, right? This is something that we should observe deeply. So I would like to focus on the two insights that I find from Lita's speech, and then two things that she needs to improve. First is I love her engagement when she opened the speech because she used the open questions so that the answers will vary, and then it can also somehow entertain us when we saw some funny answers, and then it can also boost her confidence as well when she got the answers that she wants. And then also the second one is facial expressions. Who doesn't know that Lita excels at facial expressions because she's a person who is very full of expressions. We can really tell from her face that she is happy, she is annoyed, or probably she's confused with what she is doing. So we can really tell from her face, and that's very great. And I believe that she can improve more and expand her skills even more as a speaker by applying these two suggestions from me. First, paying attention to the stance, your standing position, because I know that you're using your mobile phone. Probably it's a kind of a hassle for you to put or position and put the position of your phones in the place that you're comfortable. But please remember that this is Toastmasters. We need your whole body to talk, to speak, not only your content. So we need to see your stance. And then the second one is the story flow. Actually, I like how she brought a topic about salty water and then beverages. How she took that as the analogy to start her speech. But I think she is kind of lacking in tackling the analogy in salty drink to sweet drink. So probably next time you can explain more, elaborate more why we should not put the sugar right away to the salty drink, and then how it connects to your story when you are doing journaling, because we need to know more about the connection, why you should bring this analogy, and then how it connects with your story when you focus on the positive side. And then in closing, it's better if you also explain more to us about how you finally perceive the world, instead of getting right away something bad to you, but how you can see positive sides from other people's perspective. Because sometimes when somebody says something bad to us, we tend to get angry and annoyed right away, but we neglect the fact that probably there's a positive side that we can take from the experience or the event. So I think that's it for the suggestions. So I hope that you can improve and then apply these two suggestions, the importance of stance and then story flow. So thank you, Lita. Back to you.
Thank you, Diani, for the evaluation. Okay, moving on to our exciting new evaluation for our newcomer, Eska, which will be evaluated by Amelia Febriani.
Am I audible? Okay.
Yes.
Wait, I need to pick the timer as well. Okay. I want to ask everybody in this place, do you believe that Toastmaster Eska just doing her very first speech? It's hard to believe for me, right? She is so good. She is so good. I can remember my very first icebreaker. My hand was shaking and I spoke a lot of fillers word, but you look so comfortable when you deliver your very first speech. I think that's amazing. So what's I like about your speech? First, in terms of delivery, you feel comfort, and then you use hand gesture, you use your facial expression, you have a very good eye contact, and it's just make us the one who listen to you. That's why we say we don't believe that you just deliver your very first speech. I guess you deliver a lot of speech before. That's very nice. And for the content itself, you start directly with the quotes and you ask us questions. Do you have a dream? I think it's using questions as an opening. It helps us to connect and engage with the audience. You choose a right way to open your speech, which is very good. I also like to use personal story of your life. Everybody probably familiar with emotional roller coaster. You bring us with that. You start with your childhood when you are a planner and you usually get what you want, what you already planned. But at some point, you start it here. At some point, you reach the lowest bottom of your life when you plan it everything. You practice, you exercise, you gave time, and then you try and you try it again, but it still failed. And then you bring us again to your new discovery with your new passion, which is you found it's actually more relatable with your passion and calling. And that's the new way to make your parents proud of you. So I think you have a clarity of the story already. You have a clarity with the message, very inspiring, motivating. I saw a lot of quotes everywhere from the beginning to the end. So I guess you put it purposely very well. You prepared it very nice. To make it even stronger, your speech is strong already, but to make it even stronger, what I would like to suggest is to play with the vocal variety, especially when you use story. And then I would like to suggest when the time it's reached the lowest bottom of your area of life, play with that. Play with the pauses. Play with the vocal variety. Play with the emotions. Like, I tried so many times. I don't know what's wrong with me. So you play with that. It will engage deeper to the audience. You can really feel your emotion at that time. Just share, be yourself and share what kind of emotion that you feel. I think because you delivered your story as a third person, so it just somehow it creates a distance of the emotions with the audience. Again, for another suggestions, it's probably to use the stage. Like you can stand up and then you have a bigger stage. You can use your hand. We can really see the body gestures, the emotion in your face. I think it also very good. The last, probably rephrase the closing or the conclusion in the shoes of the audience. So you can ask them back like, is there any dream that you are fighting for right now? Or is there any moment that you feel that you can forgive yourself? Is there any part of your, so rephrase the conclusion or the questions from the point of view of the audience. So they will really reflect the story that you bring, the speech that you bring from their point of view. Okay, I hope it helped. Can everybody give applause to our new member, Eska, for a great speech tonight. Back to you, GE.
Thank you, Amelia. Congratulations, Eska, for your first ever icebreaker. Okay, moving on, we will have a timers report from Amelia. I couldn't see her full name. Amelia Dewi, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm so sorry, everyone, for evaluation session. Both of the speakers are over time, so yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Amelia. All right, our first ever general evaluation team that would be talking about the evaluation all throughout the meeting is going to be Jeffrey, our counter.
Okay, thank you, GA. Let me share my screen. All right. So thank you, everyone, and I really appreciate to all speakers because we just have like not really much filler sounds and overused words. And as you can see, in this part, it's going to be a filler sound, and this part is for overused word. And this is it is the total of every filler sounds that come from every speaker, and then this is for the total of every speaker who mentioned who have filler sounds and also overused word. And as you can see, the majority of the filler sounds is ah and I don't know what strategy to really avoid the use of R and I think it's better not to mention R and not to sound it because sometimes it's inevitable. And the second is and 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 so many and. This word is sometimes doesn't have any meaning in a word or in a sentence. So please don't add more "and" while you are speaking. And in terms of overused word, we have two words, which is overused from speakers. The first is "I think." I will suggest that instead of saying I think many times, you can say probably or maybe or any words and anything, any else words to avoid the repetitive words of I think. And the second is then. So there are several options or synonyms to not use then many times. You can say after that or next and many others. So that's all for my observation for today's meeting. I hope this will be something useful for you and helpful for you to improve your speaking performance in the future. So thank you. Back to GE.
Thank you, Jeffrey. A little bit of comment from me. Why is filler words so important? Because sometimes filler word could distract your audience from actually listening to your points. And one of the things that you could do in order to avoid that is pause in between. I know all of us still struggle with it, but what you can do instead of saying, you could pause, which is okay. And next, we will be having our grammarian, Rina.
Thank you, Bia. If I can add up the evaluation from our accountant, how to reduce the pause filler words. Yes, to have a pause, and the other word is to speak slowly. So, because then your brain is not running too fast. So trying to speak slowly. Okay, now this is the grammarian report from myself. For your information, this evaluation doesn't mean to scare you away, but to improve our English altogether. Now, the first is on the incorrect use of on the sentence. I heard we can make the green in our city. It actually has a meaning to make the city green or to make green like vegetables. But I believe the speaker would like to say we can make our city greener. The second one, I heard because I want to live longer. Remember that life is a noun. The correct word one is a live. Because I want to live longer. Both actually has the same meaning, but one is noun, the other one is verb. The meanings are being alive. Okay. Other sentence that I heard is it doesn't need any much effort. That's too much. Use either one. It doesn't need any effort, or it doesn't need much of an effort. So use any or much, not both, any much. More healthy. Some people say, yeah, it's actually correct, but it's more proper to use healthier. And she failure. The correct one is she failed. Or probably if you want to say she is a failure, but the correct one here is she failed, not she failure. I heard someone said, why did she wrong? I believe that she would like to say what's wrong with her, or what did she do wrong? Now about the use of preposition. Make her parent proud to her. The correct one is make her parent proud of her. And this is one sentence that I found on a chat box. Never give up with your dreams. I suggest to use never give up on your dreams. Now, about the pronunciation now. I heard one word that is spelled in two different ways. One is generation and the other one is generation. The correct one is generation. And correct. The correct one is encourage. Volunteer. All right. Don't spell the G. So instead of all right. Small. And yeah, trying as much as possible to reduce the word maybe. For instance, maybe now I will call, or maybe I will choose. So just straight to the point. Now I will call, or I will choose. So don't use maybe, because it looks like that you are not sure about what you are doing. So just reduce the words maybe. And the words of the day. Lufty 1, Jeffrey 1, and Lita 3 times. And I like the quotes that Eska mentioned. Things happen for a reason. Probably you hear that often, but I like that word. Things happen for a reason. So that's my grammar. And back to you, Bia.
Thank you, Rina, for the very detailed and thorough evaluation for the grammars that we're using today. One of the things that you could do also to improve your grammar when you speak is to hear a lot of foreigners talk, native speakers talk in their language. Okay, it's time for my evaluation for the entire meeting. I feel like today's meeting is really on the theme. The table topic master really choose the topics to stay within the circle of the theme. However, I feel like the last one is kind of slightly, the topics is the only one that is different, the kind of out of the box topic, although it's not entirely, but yeah, that's the only thing. And the rest was awesome. I think we really managed to capture the essence of loving the environment. I would suggest one thing though, maybe for the next session for future Toastmaster of the day as well, to have more energy in order to make the vibe, make the room's energy more excited, more happy, more excited actually to meet one another. So, but yeah, for the entire meeting, it was very thorough. It was very nice. I like the topic. I'm very invested in it. And I'm going to give this back to our Toastmaster of the day, Hida.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Fia, for the insight and for the comment too. Now we are in the end of our meeting. However, we already discussed how to make a good habit, starting changing our daily life, reducing the plastic use, and try to reduce the fish consume, especially for the fish lover, because one of our member already mentions why it's be done. And before I end the meeting today, I would like to ask some feedback from our guest today. Let me hear from Lutfi Bineka. Actually, today the first time I met with you.
Okay. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I just want to say that it's good to be on Toastmaster meeting because this is my first meeting after like a month. I'm not involved in any meeting, even my own club. I missed two of my Bineka meetings, so it's just glad to be back. So thank you very much for having me on Malang Toastmasters meeting today. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Lutfi. Nice to hear that. And I really also happy that you joined the tabletop session and you have a chance to be speaker today. How about another one? Let me hear from Eska. What do you think for today? Because today is the first time you deliver your speech. I want to hear some feedback.
Actually, I am so nervous, Wahida, but but Alhamdulillah, I made it. And thank you so much for Mbak Dini to teach me, and I think that's all, Wahida. I'm speechless.
Yeah, thank you so much, Eska. You try your best and well done for your speech. Because you do it very well. And now let me hear from Rifa. Yeah, because I admit you and little bit. Oh, wow, Rifa coming.
Thank you, Hida. It's been a long time since I, or is that just like speak in front of the new people, and then even it is not new group, but it is totally new atmosphere for me, and is always become what is that? Just like very nervous. So even I am talking too much, but it is just like blabbering, go around to one side to another side. Maybe you guys agree with me when I just spoke something, and then it is just like going around because actually I didn't know what should I talk to you because I do very nervous. So maybe I should come back to become the Toastmaster. So it become just release my anxiety and fear to speak in front of the new people and new atmosphere, because it is, believe me, that we need this kind of meeting to just like overcome our feeling, because when we don't have any hesitate and not very calm to the meeting, it will be just like bashing and talking too much without any destinations. That's my point. So everyone just come back to the Toastmaster and then join Toastmaster. Thank you, Hida.
Yeah, thank you, Rifa. Yeah, come to Toastmaster meeting because it will help you a lot, especially when you meet with other people. You need to talk with other. You need someone else to talk. It will be different when you join the meeting. You often meet with other people, and it will be easy for you to speak with other people. Okay, Dini, are you there?
She out, I think. She got kicked out.
Okay, probably she has a problem with the connections. Thank you so much, everyone. Hopefully, next meeting you will join us again. We actually always share the meeting in our Instagram and also in our group. And thank you so much for Amelia and also Rina, Jeffrey for your help. Thank you so much. Without you guys, I cannot make it. And thank you for everyone already coming today. And see you next meeting. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.
Thank you, Mala. Have a great day. Bye bye, Dia. Bye, Marina.
Bye, everybody.
There is no photo session.
Oh yeah, there's no group photo. Oh, already.
It's too late now.
Oh my
You
god.
can do like next time.
Just can screen capture from the YouTube later.
Yeah, I already recording in YouTube, so you can rewatch it if you want. So you don't miss it.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you,
so that
guys.
I forgot to remind it again.
Yeah.
Okay, great job, everyone. Thank you for inviting me.
Bye.
Bye. Great, Eska. Well done.